Is that same anonymous coach that said the Patriots, didn't put their best game plan forward against?
A few anonymous
You will not
quotes.
let that go.
Skip, look, they're in trouble. For the simple fact is their offense has been inconsistent all year long. And even though their offense has been inconsistent, the defense was able to carry them. Now their defense has come back down to earth, which has exacerbated their problem. And so now, Skip, when have you ever known Coach Belichick with a minute and 20 minutes, I think a minute 20 seconds on the clock, with 2 timeouts, basically run the ball and say, nah, we good. We going to come out of the half. We get the ball to half.
I got to tell you, Tom Brady was not happy.
That should tell you that's an indictment on Tom Brady.
It's an indictment of their relationship. It's crumbling before your very eyes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you your opportunity. I'm just saying, what the Patriots try to do, they normally do this. They like to defer. So what they'll do, they like to try to get some points right before the half, knowing they're going to get the ball right out of the half. So we hit you with that double, Now, what was maybe a 7-point lead, all of a sudden we get a field goal, it's 10. We come out to half 17 ball game. Coach Belichick say, nah, we're going to run this thing into the ground. Oh, take it, we done. Let that sink in for a second, Skip.
Yep.
So now they resorted to gadget plays. They running gadgets, throwing the ball to linebacker, throwing the ball to the wide receiver. He throwing the ball to another wide receiver. Is that what they are, Skip? So look.
Would you agree with me? They have the worst receiving core of any contending team in the league.
What my guy said, walking to him, say, here, hold this beer. Walking to him, say, hold that beer, because I got 4 undrafted free agents. Yeah.
Wait, does Brady have a Dallas Goedert?
Does
he?
He got a Julian Edelman.
He's got a Matt Lacoste.
He's got a Julian Edelman. Julian
Edelman is a broken-down shell of himself that should not be out there. It has been reported he needs shoulder surgery. He's nothing but a decoy.
He no decoy. He
Which
caught 100
leaves
balls.
us with Mohamed Sanu, who drops every other pass thrown to him.
Skip, look, Vrabel is different. Although Vrabel played for him, he was never on Coach Belichick's staff because there's a staff like 4 of his 8 losses have come to former disciples of his.
Yeah.
Vrabel just played for a number of years, knows how Coach Belichick likes to call the game.
Yeah.
See, I think that also has an advantage for some of his disciples, the Romeos, the Bill O'Briens, and some of these other guys, Skip, because they were in that. Brian Flores, who was the head coach of the Dolphins, Skip, from 2004 to 2018. So he was in all those meetings. He knows the mindset.
Sure.
He's called, as a matter of fact, he called game last year in the Super Bowl. So Coach Belichick, I'm sure, is in his ear from time to time. He saw also, Skip, how he took away the opposing team's best players. Yep. You got a receiver, okay, this is how we do it. You got a tight end, this is how we do it. You run game, this is how we play it. So I think there is an advantage to playing against a guy that you spend a lot of time with because you know how he works. But, Skip, this is a different team. We've never seen the Patriots struggle this much. We've seen them have lulls where they go a game or 2, Skip, but this thing has been pretty much all year offensively. And now that the defense is not at that historic level that it once was, the first 8 games, they really seem vulnerable. They seem really beatable. And I think for the very first time in a long time, Skip, they're not the favorite to come out of the AFC and reach the Super Bowl.
Well, that's a duh. I believe that Saturday night will be the last game Tom Brady plays in a Patriot uniform.
Whoa, no. You said all year long. You said no.
In a Patriot uniform. He will go forward.
Saturday.
He will be the Chargers starting quarterback as they enter their new stadium next year. And it will be a sight to see, and I cannot wait.
How you gonna...
Because he'll finally have a real supporting cast around him, starting with Keenan Allen and a viable running back who's not in the coach's doghouse. Here
Eckler.
come the Chargers. Eckler will work. You can flip it to him just like you can.
Hunter Henry?
Hunter Henry will work. You'll have a viable, real tight end. Maybe not quite a Gronk, but
the best tight end he's had in a while.
I would say so.
Wow.
Here comes Tom Brady to Los Angeles to the Chargers. And yet, I think his relationship with Belichick, I'm looking at it from a distance, my read is it is burning right to the ground before your very eyes because of the end of the half the other day. I was just dumbfounded.
I was like,
what?
Are they doing that for real?
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady knows that Bill Belichick has surrounded him with his worst supporting cast ever in New England, starting with the offensive line, the running backs, and certainly the receivers. And because of that, it looks to me like even Tom's body language is, I just want out of here. And they are up against the worst team they could be up against in this situation because, remember, the Titans are better on the road than they have been at home. They're 5-3 away and 4-4 at home. And what did the Titans do to my Cowboys on Monday Night Football mid-year last year? Just embarrass them. What did they do to the it team of the offseason? Everybody's bandwagon team, the Cleveland Browns. Game 1, 43-14. I'm sorry, 43-13 at Cleveland.
Yep.
43-13.
Yeah, and didn't they beat the Patriots last year?
Yeah.
They beat the Patriots
Beat
last year.
Beat them up.
Skip, this team is better because, okay, you know about Derrick Henry, led the league in rushing.
Led the league.
But Tannehill, because Marcus Mariota, because I went to Mr. B and Champs thing on the 13th of October. They got shut out 16-0. And from that point on, they inserted Tannehill. He's 22-5.
Yeah.
22 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah. He's 8th in QBR in the league. He's been 7-3 as their starter.
And remember, I said the key to beating this Patriots defense
Yep.
is a viable quarterback.
Yep.
I'm not saying Tannehill is anything spectacular, but he's been playing spectacular. But those receivers outside, Corey Davis and A.J. Brown, they got some guys that can.
Brown is for real. Ooh.
Corey Davis, it took Corey Davis a while to come into his own. So it's going to be very interesting.
Okay, but you keep putting all the blame on Brady's offense. I never thought I would live to see the day that Ryan Fitzpatrick could take the ball with 3:53 left, needing a touchdown, and go 75 yards in 13 plays against a Bill Belichick defense in Foxborough. He drove it and won the football game. And guess who is calling defenses for Bill Belichick? His 32-year-old son, Steve Belichick. And I can't believe Coach Belichick is getting away with that. I don't know.
You know how that works, man. The man got 6 Super Bowls. You can get away with everything.
Okay, is that what it
They
is?
always give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well,
Just like he said, I have no knowledge. I don't know anything about, them shooting videos or anything.
Yeah,
so he don't know nothing about nothing.
I don't know nothing. Yep, I got it. All I know is that since that debacle that they suffered at Baltimore to Lamar and company, Belichick's defense has plummeted to 10th in points allowed. It's been 10th in points allowed since that game.
Right.
So it's not what it was.
Skip, I think the thing is that Coach Belichick has kind of lost some of the confidence that he has in Tom Brady. I agree with you right before the half with that kind of time with 2 timeouts and you don't try to put points on the board. So in other words, he's like, I don't know if Tom – he's more apt to put us in harm's way than deliver us because he did see that pick 6, Skip. That did happen.
Yep. And I told you what happened on the play before. Sanu dropped one right in his hands, and Brady on the play in question goes, read number 1, no separation. Read number 2, no separation. I'm just sick of this, you know what? I'm just going to whip it into the flat. And he throws it right to the guy that Belichick elevated into the starting lineup that day in the Super Bowl.
And I'm not sure, was he throwing it to James White? Because he threw it over James White's head, and it was like, Edelman's like, was that to me? You know you can't be you can't start one side, stay over there, then check the middle, and just all of a sudden just
he no-looked it. He didn't even look. He just flung it into the flat. Okay? And here we go. And here comes Vrabel's team. And listen, Vrabel's the flip side of Jason Garrett.
Yes.
Vrabel creates tension in that locker room because he is a tough guy. And if you don't play for him, you will pay a price.
Right.
And that team comes out hot and hard at you.
I guess what they had him showed a close-up. I guess somebody from the Texans said something to him, and he's asking the question like, who is that? You know what?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
He look, and Skip, I'm surprised that Jason isn't like Jason Garrett is like that. He coached under Jimmy. Most coaches, they take, especially if they were players, they take on the personality. Dan Reeves took on the personality of Tom Landry.
But you're saying he played under Jimmy?
Yeah, under
Jason
Jason Garrett.
Yeah, but he was the backup.
But I'm
quarterback.
saying
it's not like he played defense.
No,
for
but
Jimmy.
I'm just saying though, Skip. I'm saying that
No, I
personality
got it. Yeah.
is that okay? Because you saw the effect that it had. We won championship with this style.
Yeah.
Vrabel played under Coach Belichick. It's very no nonsense. It's very matter of fact. Do your job. This is what I expect of you. This is what you're paid to do. Now go do
What
it.
a hard-nosed tough
Yeah,
guy.
yes.
Okay, Jason has not a drop of Jimmy in him.
No, he does
Jason
not.
just was a nice guy backup, which is why he was a great backup.
Right.
He's not going to make any waves.
Right.
He's got no ambition to beat out Troy Aikman. Come on.
Look. If I'm a Derrick Henry, I'm just like, look, I ain't playing but 8 games.
Yeah.
The last 8 games every year, Skip, he get on a roll, he gonna throw about 200-yard games in there, a couple of $150s. He get rolling. Now, they got their hands full with this kid.
Hey, since Baltimore, they've dropped to 13th against the run, Belichick's defense. They're going to get it run down their throats.
This is not the team that you want to struggle running against.
You don't
but guess what, Skip? When you can run the ball like they can, guess what that opens? Play action.
Yeah.
Sure. The fact that they're saying they're not intimidated.
There'll be some big lanes in there, Skip.
Yep. I'm leaning Tennessee in this game.
If this is really the end, though, like you're saying, Skip, for Tom in New England, it just feels like the oddest end to something that
It kind of felt like that all year, Skip.
Like
you could kind of sense this all year, the way that it was going with Tom not having his best year, and Coach Belichick
House is up for sale. I know the writing's been on the wall.
I'm not talking about Robert Kraft patting Tom on the head and trying to send him in the sun.
Right.
I'm talking about Tom Brady saying, I'm out of here. I can't take you anymore in what you're doing. Sorry.
Interesting.
It does feel like he's tried to sabotage Brady.
Stop using that word.
That word, sabotage.
You always like to say sabotage.
Feels like it.
Someone
It's
else.
sabotagey.
Someone else is sabotaging the relationship between LeBron and Kyle Kuzma. It is not someone you would expect. There's a rift going. We'll tell you next.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.